Hi all, Ian here, and this is a continuation of my Zombicide blog. So far I've done 2 survivors, Bunny G and Lou, and today I've decided that I wanted to paint a tracksuit. I saw a zombie on the shelf ready to go, so straight in with zombie skin, just putting down some base layers. You know, this is a time-lapse video. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me paint for a whole hour, which I think is how long it took to do a zombie. I have to say that I'm using an artificial layer brush from Citadel there, and yeah, it's kind of lost its tip, so I'm just doing the best I can with it. It is base layers. I'm just getting into wasted jean colour here. This is quite a nice blue. I just used, it's basic layer stuff. It's nothing really interesting. The only thing I'll say, because this brush is a bit broken and I can't be bothered to fix the tip, I've just been doing as best I can with this one. They're moving to the Army Painter size 1 brush, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. It's kept its tip really well. But brushes age. Sometimes you throw them away, sometimes they're really good to cut off and use for stippling. I've got 20, 30 brushes, old ones I could probably use for different things like dry brushing and whatnot. But I'm just applying down base layer here, just keeping it really simple at this stage. I've done the skin, working on the whole tracksuit. Then I'll do what I assume to be wooden parts coming out of his skin, and then what I tend to do is miniatures, and then move to a wash stage, then a bit of a clean up, and that's it. I put a little bit more effort into this zombie. I just wanted to see, a half decent zombie and what it would look like, because I've got about 40 of these to paint. I actually prefer the 2nd edition zombies to the 1st edition ones from Zombicide, because they're a little bit more dynamic. The only thing I don't like about some of the poses like this one is it looks like he's standing on a stick. You could cut it off, but I don't think it's more likely to break and fall apart. You see how I'm just using dirt splatter now just to do the wooden parts as they're coming towards the end of the base layers. This step I just had to go back and clean up a bit of the wasted jean colour because I made a few mistakes, but the wash is going to cover the most of any issues, and I can go back and clean up a little bit later when I need to. No fuss. A little bit of skin there I need to cover up. And that's the base layer, it's pretty much done. So I come back, and you have to excuse me, I was changing camera angles. This one I'm using Strong Tone from the Zombicide paint set. I decided to dilute it a little bit. It's quite interesting watching it. It looks quite thick. I think if I dunked that straight, it probably would have been way too dark. But like any wash, it's start from what I tend to do, start from the top, work my way down, do one arm, do the next arm, work my way down the body, through to the legs, and then clean up as I go. Yeah, you can see what I mean by this Citadel brush. And it's nothing against Citadel, it's just this particular brush has fallen apart because I've not looked after it very well. You see me doing my best to try and make sure I cover everything. It's very deceiving, this wash, because I look at it and go, I need to clean up quite a lot of that, but then I just need to wait for it to dry. When I went back round, I looked at the back of the hands because of the pose and needed to clean up a little bit. And there's a seam line down the left foot, which I've decided I'm going to probably cover in blood. So this is going back to the camera angle I used before, which I have to say is just easier for me to paint. Whether I get a proper setup in the future, who knows. But right now I'm just trying to use a bit of crusted saw colour with a little bit of that strong tone, so it's a little bit darker to begin with. And it was alright. I think I hadn't shaped the bottle up correctly. Lesson learned there. but I'll go back and clean it up a little bit. You see I'm just moving back to the dirt splatter colour. I've just made it a little bit brighter and gone back over the wooden parts. All I'm trying to do is just highlight the top parts and bring a little bit of texture back. Because the wash has done its job, what I need it to do. In fact, in some of the places the wash is still not done, but that doesn't bother me too much. So now I'm just working on more of the blood, the crusted sore. I'm just going around all the different parts, you know, where the wood has broken through the skin, the face. I decided to do a little bit down the right leg. And from there, it's just a case of going around the model, see what needs to be done. I could have highlighted up the tracksuit, but for this kind of model, I just want to keep it kind of tabletop. This is not supposed to be a professional job. I'm not a professional painter. I just like having some fun. In fact, I found an old brush and I decided that with the dry paint that's on my, it's not really a wet palette but a tile, and decided I'll just splatter some mud, different colour mud up the legs. And then was just doing the pole for the back foot and the base. Really simple, really enjoyed it. So about an hour, hour and a half of painting. I'll leave you right at the end with a quick little video and a picture of the model. So thanks for watching all. Enjoy yourselves and I'll see you next video.